Good afternoon, my friends. Um, it's going to be a long video. I want to give you a little bit of a warning, kind of a bit of a testimonial, but at the same time, kind of walking through some of the things that God is showing me through one of the studies that I have been doing and reading through. I'm going to try and do this all in one take, so that way you kind of just get me. There's no editing, no filters, no nothing, just me. So if you're in need of hearing something encouraging about, what God can do and the breakthroughs that can happen, my hope is that this blesses you. So I've been reading through the book of Exodus. And in the book of Exodus, we've got this picture of the children of Israel being called out of the land of Egypt and sent to where God is calling them to go. And right now I'm in chapter 14, and they're at the Red Sea. And they're in this place where their back is against the wall, and the enemies are surrounding them. And they cry out because here they are. They followed what they thought God wanted. He directed them where he wanted them to go. And now they're in a no-win situation. They're in a place where their back's against the wall or against the sea, and the enemy is surrounding them. And it's interesting to me because I think, like, here they just witnessed God do 10 miraculous things in the way of plagues, in the way of the angel of death passing over. They just witnessed God's hand over and over and over again. And now they're afraid. And they start to cry out, and they're like, well, did we get let out here to die? And they do that again later, which is something that I find quite comical, that they over and over and over again are like, did we just get let out here to die? Which, sometimes it feels that way. So where I'm at personally, I'm in a financial crisis, if you will. I'm in a place where I have been working a lot of different jobs to try and get by, but I feel like every single month I don't know how I'm going to pay all of the bills. And somehow God provides and we're able to get by. And I don't really know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me how it's happening, because it doesn't add up. The income versus outgo do not make sense. But the parallel for me is that I felt like God was showing me that oftentimes when we're surrounded by the enemy, and it looks like all the things that held us captive, all the things that want to destroy us, the demons that really just hate us because we are a representative of Christ, when they all want to destroy us, and it seems like there's no way out. Oftentimes it's that very point where he shows us how he is able. And it talks about how, they were led there because God didn't want them to go through the land of the Philistines, because he didn't want them to end up having to fight and lose heart and end up returning to Egypt, returning to their old life, returning to the things that held them captive. And sometimes we get led in places where we are avoiding danger or avoiding hardships or whatever, and we find ourselves now surrounded by the enemy and are back against the wall. And for me, it was the thought was, I felt like the Holy Spirit was just showing me that oftentimes it's at that point when God shows his hand, when he says, no, it's my will, how I'm going to work. And it's because I'm allowing all that to happen to show you something. I'm allowing all that to happen so I can show you that I am going to move, to show you that I am powerful. And so sometimes we go through hard stuff and we go through stuff and we feel like our back's against the wall and we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't even understand how we're going to get out of it. And that's when God moves. And I just felt like it was this, God was showing me there's something to this, that he's going to move. He's going to do something, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. Seeing the struggles of finances. It's winter. Winter is very slow for carpet cleaning. It's slow for window and door installs. And when I'm doing de-icing at the airport, I'm not getting paid a lot. When I am snow plowing, I'm not getting paid a lot. So it's survival mode, if you will. But eventually, it all is going to break. And eventually, that dry ground is going to open up. And I'm going to be able to walk through in a place where it doesn't make sense to be able to walk through. Anyway, that's just kind of where I'm at, where my thoughts are. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope that today is a day where you dive into the Word and you find what God is teaching you. I love you.